Okay, I've had a couple students inquire asking where my video was for page 75. So I am putting together a video that is going to cover both page 75 and page 77. So here on the first page, we are trying to change percent into fractions. Number one is 20%. The first thing we need to do is our language goal for the week, which is to understand that percent means out of 100. I'm sure you knew that. So I'm going to change this to a fraction. When I do, it is 20 out of 100. Just like that. The last step I need to do, now I have a fraction, I need to simplify it. 20 and 100 are both divisible by 20. So I'm going to divide by 20 over 20. It's going to be 1/5. There we go. Alright, number 3, 70%. I'm going to do the same thing. I need to remember that percent means out of 100. So if this is 70%, that means 70 out of 100. Both of these numbers are quite obviously divisible by 10 because they end with zeros. Numbers that end with zeros are always divisible by 10. And it's going to give me 7/10. 7 is prime, so there we go. Alright, that was quick. Page 77 is going the opposite way from a fraction to a percent. So here's 3/4, and I want to get it to a percent. Well, again, I need to think about the fact that percent means out of...
Students, could you come to the front office, please?
Sorry about that. Percent means out of 100. So this is 3 out of 4. I want to change it to be out of 100. So the first thing that I would do is I would see, can I multiply 4 by anything to get to 100? Yes, I can. I can multiply by 25. So I'm going to find an equivalent fraction to 3/4 by multiplying by 25 over 25. That is 75 out of 100. Well, percent is out of 100, so that is actually 75%. Okay. Number 3, we have 48/50. Well, I can get that to be out of 100 instead of out of 50 by multiplying by 2. 48 by 2, I know that 8 times 2 is 16. 40 times 2 is 80. 80 plus 16 is 96. But that's not my answer yet, even though I went to go circle it. This is 96%. Because that's 96 out of 100. Okay, sometimes on the accelerated math, you might see some fractions that are more difficult. For instance, this one here, 15 out of 75. I can't multiply 75 to get to 100. I can't do it. It's not possible. Not with a whole number, at least. So I need another strategy to get this to a percent. Well, what can we do? We learned how to change a fraction to a decimal. Right? If I could get this to be 10 or 100 or 1,000, but I can't get it to be 1,000 or 10 either. So there was a long way, if you remember. I could divide and think about which number should go in the house. It is the numerator. 75 doesn't fit into 15, but that's okay because it shouldn't. Since 15 over 75 is less than 1, I should get an answer less than 1 here. 75 does fit into 150. Think about money and think about $1.50. It would take you 6/4 to get there. 75 is 3/4, so I need 2 sets of that. 2 times 75 is exactly 150. And now I have a decimal answer, but that's not what we want. We want a percent. Well, we also learned how to change a percent into a decimal. I want to point out really quickly here that this does not equal 2%. It does not. Not 2%. Don't do that. common mistake we're seeing sometimes on our work and on some of our homework, so be careful with that. It's not 2%. Remember, we actually need to move the decimal over 2 places. So I'm going to take my 2/10 here and my decimal point 1, 2. My blank spot gets to 0. This is 20%. All right. Remember, if you have any questions, write them down on your homework, any kind of questions that you had that after watching this video weren't answered, so that I can answer those questions for you.